Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I didn't hear you very well. Can you say that again? Good morning. Okay, that's better. Thank you. All right, we're ready to begin. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Multicultural Speech Festival for Kauai Complex area. We're so glad you could join us today. We're especially glad to welcome all our parents and family members who are here to support our students. Let's give them a round of applause. Today marks a significant occasion where our talented multilingual students will share their unique stories and voices. This festival provides a platform to celebrate the rich diversity within our community and to acknowledge the dedication and hard work of these young people. It has been 5 years since we've had our last event, making this gathering all the more meaningful and anticipated. We're all eager to witness the inspiring presentations that await us. And to begin our program, we are honored to have Saber and Kaua come and share an oli with us. Thank you.
Aloha mai kākou. Good morning, everyone, and greetings to you. The chant that I'm going to do is called Ea'i Kala Ma Kahikina. It was written by a young man who graduated from Waimea High School. His name is Makana Garma. And after Makana graduated from Waimea, he went on to University of Hawaii and graduated from there. And now he works for Kamehameha Schools. But Makana was born and raised in the little plantation town of Pakala. Has Waimea High School arrived yet?
Not yet.
Not quite yet, all right. In the first verse, it speaks of the sun that rises at Hikina Akala. Do any of you know where Hikina Akala is? It's the first temple in the Wailua complex. Right at the end of Lidgate Park, there's a heiau there that was built to greet the sun. And as the sun rises, it warms the atmosphere. And with the warmth of that atmosphere comes the memory of our kupuna. You know what kupuna are? Your grandma, your grandpa, your ancestors, those who have placed you on this path to do all the good that you can do. And if you know this chant, please join me in it. Maikai? Ea'i kala ma kahikina, kahiki mai aloha kupuna e, ku kalia I kalia waikini, waiale ale molale e, eia e na puale mokihana, kamawai lualani uavehi.
Thank you, Saber, for that beautiful oli. At this time, I'd like to invite our complex area superintendent, Mr. Daniel Hamada, to come up and share some opening remarks.
Thank you. Good morning. One more time. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. First of all, like Mr. DePaul said, I want to share my appreciation and my excitement. A number of years ago, we had this multicultural festival, and individuals like the guy in front of me remember it. It was a much celebrated event, yearly event. where students could come and show their talents, their skills, whether it's in poetry, recitals, but it was a great event, and I know bringing this back today has so much promise for the years to come. So students, I know many of you might be a little nervous, but you will do well. We're very proud of you. We look forward to hearing from you. Believe in yourselves, okay? And to the teachers, thank you for what you guys do daily, and thank you for helping to bring this together. And for our complex area staff, such as Mr. DePaul, happy birthday, sir. Thank you very much for all that we do. So on that note, have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamada, and we would like to give you a lei as well. So over there, we want to recognize Complex Area Superintendent Daniel Hamada, and we also want to thank all of our, we already thanked our families and teachers, but we also have a principal, Mr. Jason Yoshida. We'd like to welcome him too. Let's give him a big Thank you again for joining us all this morning, and I know we're ready, excited to get this program started. Before we begin though, I'd like to introduce a few more special people here sitting on the front row, and we're going to introduce to you the judges for today's competition. First, we have Mrs. Ligaya Ortal sitting on the front. She's over here. She's a retired teacher and longtime field resource teacher from Hawai Complex area. Next, we have Mr. Brent Mizutani. Let's give him a aloha. Retired administrator for Hawai Complex area. And finally, we have Mrs. Alicia Miyashiro, retired teacher and resource teacher for the Department of Education. Our judges have a very important job. While the participants are here during the different events, they're going to be listening carefully and giving feedback to all of the people in the events. And so they're going to be working hard while you guys are sharing your poetry, short story, and as well as oratory. So let's give them another round of applause for all of our judges. Thank you guys. All right, so to continue our program, I'd like to welcome one of our student MCs for this morning, Notway Lang. Let's welcome her as she comes up on stage.
Hi everyone, I'm kind of nervous. Okay. Good morning everyone. I start off by greeting everyone. Sorry if I mispronounced. Please bear with me. Thank you. Aloha, Lengmo, Mokatin, Yakwe, Malohe, Lele, Talofa, Hola, Kamusta, Ni hao. Welcome to the Multicultural Speech Festival for Kauai Complex area. My name is Notway Lang, and I'm a senior at Kauai High School, and I will be your MC for the first part of our program. So what is this anyway, you might ask? The Multicultural Speech Festival is an opportunity for EL students to improve their language skill as well as show off their understanding of the Common Core State standard in listening and speaking. This Speech Festival is our chance to showcase our different culture and diversity. We have students from many different countries and languages coming together to share in this awesome event. Students will participate in the following event: choral reading, storytelling, original oratory, and poetry. Some of the events are for individuals and some are for groups. Our first event for this morning is poetry. The speaker will use poetry to inspire interest in the audience by using their voice to create a mood. Judges will be looking for a clear interaction, delivery, and voice intonation. Now let's turn our attention to the first event for this year's Speech Festival, the reading of poetry. Mahalo.
Hi everyone, my name is Kaua, and I'm a senior over at Hawai on Kaua Radio. My show is called Oratory Music, and I'm teacher Miss Kaua. Well, in just a moment, I'll be reading a poem entitled History Project. It's written by Marcellus poet, Gather Symphonic Engineer, who is Marcellus like myself, and like so many of us here today. It is a sad poem about the mistreatment of the Marcellus people by the American government. And now for the Gather Symphonic Engineer poem, History Project. At 15, I decided to do my history project on nuclear testing in the Marshall Islands. Time to learn my own history. I would through after article after website, all another U.S. military wants to use my island home for nuclear testing. I see through political sharing tables of nuclear weapons with names like Operation Bravo, Crossroad, and Ivy. Quote from American leader like 90 people are out there. Who gives a damn? I'm not mad, I already know all of this. I glanced at a photograph of poet pale-skinned arm late suspended a puppet next to a lab coat lost in his clipboard. I represent an account of what we call jelly babies, tiny things with no bone, skin red as tomatoes, the mascara's gone unspoken, the broken translation. I never told my husband. I thought it was my fault. I thought there might be something wrong inside me. I flipped through snapshots of American parents and nurses branded, white with bloated cream sucking, fierce and dusting, peaceful alone or shots. And my Highlander ancestor cross-legged, people rational listening to his fairy tale about his particular mankind. To Hanover Islands, lithium flash, radioactive energy into our sleepy coconut trees, or shaking grapefruit trees, or fizzy pistas struggle like music. Into our coral reefs, brilliant as an aurora for all his weapon, finished with that classy sea, God will thank you, Tepalos. Yeah, as it caught himself, curtain, those powder flakes to drip into our skinned air's eyes to sip into our bones. We mistook radioactive fallout for snow. God will thank you, Tepalos. Like God has been waiting for my people to vomit all of humanity's sins into our impeccable white shores, gleaming like the grass burned into our open scarpon. At one point in my research, I stumbled onto a photograph of goat tied to American chips, powder munching on top of grass. At the bottom, my caption read, goats and pig were left on nipple-shaped as their chopstick. Thousands of letters flew in from American protesting animal abuse. At 15, I won radioactive energy megaton of GNT and a fancy degree, anything and everything I could ever need to send ripples of that through a people who could code. We were human beings. So their skin can ripple fading with the clouds of oscillator room light 3 generations later as they watch their grandfather, auntie, cousin, left street above the same black screen knot of nickels uptied to so bad, cold, and absent of any breath. but I'm only 15. So I finished my project, created my people dead by cancer and Pulsar in 3D. Gluing my ancestor's voice onto a postcard I bought from Office Max. Table screaming, the 23 millions of dollars stuck into her mouth, generation after generation after generation. And at the top, I spray painted in full stencilized yellow for the good of mankind, and entered it in the school district-wide competition called District 8. My parents were quietly proud. And so was my teacher, and when the 3,000 white child finally came around to my project, one of them looked at it and said, yeah, but it wasn't really for the good of mankind though, was it? And I lost. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jill Ramos, junior at Kaua, but also known as DJ Jill on the show Listen on KRAD Kaua Radio. Today, I will be sharing a poem written by Elmer Piso titled Identity. I am Filipina, and many of you are Filipino too. I hope you are able to connect with some of the imagery and language in this poem. And now, Identity by Elmer Piso. From the venerated stones of my river, where mudfish bump hibernating catfish, where spiders and muddy rice fields wave their geometric waves, to the volcanic fires of Mayon, Taal, and Pinatubo, the verdant forests of Cordilleras, the variegated blues of the Pacific Ocean and South China Sea, surrounding the islands of the Philippines. This is what I am, the atang, that words of evil, the gulgul that helps in grief when one's head is washed in the river with burnt rice straw, the bari-bari that drives out spirits that may harm newcomers to the place, the lagdaw kilawin, freshwater shrimps, marinated in calamansi juice, sukang iloko, siling laboyo, and chopped onions. The dinardaraan, pig's stomach, small intestines, meat, liver, cooked in vinegar, sea salt, and blood. The pinakbet, a mix of skinny eggplants, tomatoes, in bitter gourd cooked with bagoong. The common folk who still gargle water scoop the coconut ladles from clay water jars, instead of the Nescafe vintage drinking glasses of the 1970s. The dried hands of mothers mending tattered clothes beside flickering kerosene lamps, where gullible moths are tempted to flirt with deceitful flames. The dried hands, the shrill laughter and sing-song rhymes of skinny children whose distended bellies and protruding eyes conceal the strangling power of hunger, parasites, and pain. The praying mantises in dignified-looking suits and barong Tagalogs, holding office in posh buildings, pretending to be lawmakers while they pad their bank accounts with money stolen from government coffers, private businesses, and poor people of my excluded Philippines. The overworked carabaos and cows, beaten again and again by farmers who have buried their conscience deep into muddy fields. The secrets, the whispers of common people pining of our genuine people serving government, as in the aspiration of stray dogs for a fresh bone, roosters, hens, and chicks scratching the face of Mother Earth for food morsels. The gardenias, ilang-ilang, waling-waling, sampaguitas, and camellias, whose coveted nectars are taken by greedy bees and butterflies, just like what our megalomaniac leaders do. Bleed dry the defenseless, the poor. Wiggling in the beak of a Maya bird, I am the desperate earthworm struggling to be free. Thank you.
My name is April Kabaka, and my name is Rahim. We'll be reading a poem about friendship. A letter to a friend. To care for you, my friend, is what I like to do. For example, make you happy and laugh until we're blue. Go to the park and play volleyball, or maybe even go to the mall. Have an ice cream during the summertime, vanilla or even strawberry, so sublime. Group up and cry about life's heartaches. Get over it, work together, whatever it takes. I'll be with you, my friend, forever too. We'll be together until we're 102. As I stop to count my blessings, there is one thing that rings true. I'll always be grateful for the friend I found in you. Grateful for the special times we shared throughout the years. Times that brought us closer to get beyond our fears. As kind and good as you, to share my sorrows too. And when I look upon my life, what matters in the end, I was really looking to find one true and faithful friend like you.
I am nothingness. My name is Tui. I created a poem. It's called Nothingness. I am nothingness. I wonder why the world is so dearly filled with loneliness and pain. I hear the sound of hope and joy, but only in my memories. I see the mother of life sitting still with Father Time. I am nothingness. I pretend to see through the pain of the world. I want to feel like nothing is wrong. I touch the blanket of sorrow and grief that covers life and hope. I worry that people will not find the feeling of joy. I cry the tears that make my path. I am filled with life and joy. I understand the meaning of life. I say joy and hope will come soon. I dream of a world without death. I try to make a path of joy. I hope that the joy and hope I give can be enough. I am myself.
Hi everyone, my name is Clara Marie. I'm from Mexico. I'm a Kapaha student, and I'm going to show to you a poem. It's called Alone by Maya Angelou. Last night, I was thinking about how to reach my soul at home, when water is not thirsty and bread loaf is not a stone. I came up with one thing, and I don't believe I'm wrong, that nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, but nobody can make it out here alone. Thank you.
Hello, my fellow students. My name is John Mostolis, and I'm here to tell you about a quote that I liked by Earl Nightingale. I formally want to send you this message because I believe there is truth that we all desperately need to hear, especially in a world full of noise, confusion, and endless distraction. Throughout history, and the great wise men, teachers, and philosophers have disagreed with one another in many different things. It is only at this one point they are in complete unanimous agreement. And the key to success is the key to failure. We become what we think about. Marcus, the great Roman emperor, once said, "A man's life is what his thought makes of it." The more you act upon your ideal self, the more it becomes clear and eventually part of your identity. But very few seems to learn it or seems to understand it. But why do I call it strange, and why do I call it a secret? Because even though it's been taught for thousands of years, it's first given by the earliest wise men, written in the Bible, repeated again and again throughout history. We're living today in the golden age. This is the era of mankind has dreamed up, hoped for, and worked toward for thousands of years. We live in the richest era that ever existed in the face of the earth. But now it's here. Most people have grown blind to it. We take our chances for granted, forgetting the power that we hold. We become what we think about. And remember to listen to krad.airtime.pro. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello and good morning everyone. My name is Josh Lucky.
And I'm Sue Thomas.
And we're students at Chiefest Kamakahele Middle School. We want to tell you about our next event, which is storytelling.
The goal of storytelling is to entertain people.
The storytellers share the story they like and want to tell others.
The storytellers should make the story interesting and give some background information.
The storytellers share the story they like and want to the storytellers should speak clearly, loudly enough for everyone to hear.
Thank you, and now let's begin.
Good morning, everyone. We'll be reading the folktale of Mary Magdalene by Rain
and Ivany. Once upon a time, there was a fairy named Mary Magdalene who lived in a mountain in Laguna, Philippines. She was very beautiful and she never aged because she never believed in aging. Despite her being very beautiful, she is also very kind and caring to her village. She takes care of their crops, and in return, the village offers her fruits, flowers, and food. However, Mary only does good favor to people who respect her and what she does for her village. Meanwhile, those people who don't appreciate her kindness will have misfortune.
Maria is rarely a person to show herself to the people, but she does make sure that they know she is watching over them by healing sick or injured people. She would have herbs or fruits that will help those people get better, be delivered at their front doorstep. Or when someone is lost and doesn't remember where they came from, they will help them find the way. As years pass, despite Maria's magical powers, she also has feelings, so she starts having a love attraction to this guy named Capitan.
Capitan was a hunter always hunting for food, but he wasn't like those hunters where they just kill to show skills. Capitan only hunts for necessary things such as food for his family. Maria and Capitan first met when he was hunting for a deer that was under her protection. "Don't hurt that deer," she said. "The animal's under my protection." Right after she said that, Capitan was stunned her beauty. "I would never harm anything that is yours," he said while trembling. Since that encounter with each other, they started seeing each other and eventually fell in love.
Little did they know that a few months later, Captain was already set to marry another girl, which made Maria furious about how he didn't fight for his freedom. Maria left, still angry at Captain, and weeks later, Captain unfortunately fell ill. When Maria found this out, this made her regret everything she said to Captain, and no matter what happened, she should have stayed beside him. However, when Maria decided she would stay with Captain, it was too late, and Captain unfortunately died from the illness.
Maria felt like her whole world fell apart. Foreigners started ruining her mom and being careless. She also stopped caring about the village, which made the people in the village feel sad and worried about her. Days passed, the village had enough because of their awareness, so they immediately climbed up to the mountain. When he got there, they didn't see Maria. They assumed that because of the loss of her lover, she fell into a depression and disappeared without a trace.
The moral of the story was that respecting nature and learning the consequences of our action, to this day, people still respect her and visit the mountain. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Tamara Rudolph.
And I'm Tina Clement.
Today we will be telling you a story about Lijagwe the Beautiful.
A long time ago, there was a young woman named Lijagwe who lived in Jutakane. She was so beautiful that her parents thought people couldn't handle being around her. Light seemed to shine from her and everyone was distracted by her presence. Because of this, her parents made her live alone in a pandanus leaf house by the shore and told her to only go outside in the evenings.
Lijagwe listened to her parents. She stayed inside all day, weaving and singing, but every evening she would go to the lagoon to bathe. When she did, the sky, sea, and land around her glowed with amazing colors. People say that's how sunset colors first appeared on Ebon Island.
Soon, people from all over came to see what caused these beautiful sunsets. They were amazed by Lijagwe's beauty and many wanted to marry her. One day, an ugly and foolish man named Borla from the islands of Toka saw Lijagwe and decided he wanted her to be his wife. He thought he could win her by bringing her a huge gift, so he gathered almost all the coconuts from his village and caught some big fish. He brought everything to Lijagwe and asked her to marry him.
Lijagwe was scared by Borlap's appearance and told him to leave. Borlap was so shocked by her rejection that he fell down and turned into a giant rock at the end of Ebon Island. The pile of coconuts he could became coral head in the sea, and people still see them today. People say Lijagwe became a bamboo tree and lives forever on the island. Whenever the sky turns bright with sunset colors, the people of Ebon Island say Lijagwe is bathing. Girls are sometimes named after her, but people joke that they should be careful. Lijagwe's beauty could turn them back into the sun. Thank you for listening.
My name is Jan Alan Lago, and I'm going to be telling a short story about why pineapples have eyes. So, in a small village in the Philippines, there's a small brown hut where a mother named Rosa lives. She works hard to take care of her daughter, Pino. Pino works hard, Pino hates chores and often tries to avoid doing the housework, sometimes making excuses to let her mother do it all. Instead, Pino prefers to play alone in the backyard. or visited friends' houses. One day, Rosa fell ill, meaning Pina had to take on all the housework. Pina, can you cook some rice in the kitchen? Rosa called out. No, I don't want to, Pina replied. Pina, Rosa yelled. Reluctantly, Pina stood up in the kitchen and cooked. Pina stood up and went to the kitchen. Pina, it's on the counter next to the stove, but I still can't find it, Pina replied. He searched. Pina stood up. Pina, it's on the counter next to the stove, Rosa said. But I still can't find it, Pina yelled back. Rosa recognized that Pina was trying to avoid housework, which frustrated her. Rosa called Pina into the bedroom when she was resting. Pina, I know you're lying. You've already seen it. You know what? I wish you have 1,000 eyes so that you can find what you're looking for. Quietly, Pina went back into the kitchen and cooked the rice without any trouble. Rosa fell back asleep into the bedroom. And then 3 hours later, Rosa woke up and shouted, Pina, can you bring me some water? When she didn't get a response, she grew confused and got out of bed to search for Pina. Pina, where are you? Desperate, she ran to Pina's friend's house, but she wasn't there. Rosa continued her search for months, feeling increasingly worried. Finally, one day, Rosa gave up. While she was sweeping the backyard, she swept away some dried leaves and cried. Overcome with sorrow, she shouted Pina's name one last time. And there it is. She saw a yellow round object with many eyes, almost like 1,000. It dawned on her what she had said a month earlier was Pina. To honor her daughter, she named the fruit Pina or Piña in Tagalog. This fruit eventually spread around the world and became known as the pineapple. The moral of the story is the importance of respecting elders, listening to one's parents, and appreciating the blessings in one's life.
Hi, my name is Anna Marisha Johnny, and I will be sharing a story from my culture called The Sleeping Lady of Koshai. A long time ago, in the Federate States of Micronesia, in the island of Koshai, a young beautiful woman named Makontoe who was engaged to her fiancé. Makontoe and her fiancé have 4 children named Lielu, Tafunsak, Melem, and Utwe. Makontoe left her home to get ingredients for lunch this afternoon. When she came back, she noticed a large crowd surrounding her home. Why are there many people near my home? She questioned herself. She squeezed past the crowd to get to her home. When she went through, she was in horror to find Baba severely beaten by a soldier. She had seen her children forcefully taken away by soldiers out of her home. Makontoe yelled at the soldiers, demanding them to release her kids. Instead of releasing her children, they continued to take them away. Makontoe was too weak to fight against the soldiers, and so was Baba. She cried out to the soldiers to please give her children back. Years later, she was still heartbroken from the loss of her children. Baba had passed away because of the severe beatings from the soldiers. The severe heartbreak was too much for Makontoe, so she went to the cliff and cast herself to the sea. In the sea, she began to transform. Her body grew larger by the second and soon became a big island shaped like a sleeping lady. Makontoe had transformed into the island of Koshai, waiting for her children to come back home. Her children had discovered the island and decided to distribute each of the villages named after them. Makontoe is happy they came back home to their mother and now is sleeping in the ocean, known as the Sleeping Lady of Koshai. And that's the end of my story. Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Daniel Thomas. I'm a student from Chiefs Kamkahele Middle School, and I wrote this story called The Mushroom. This story came about from a random list of words given to us by our teacher, who asked us to create a story with those words. This story is about a young man and his companion who help an old man who becomes a great help to them later on. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Joshua who was fishing in the mountains with his companion, a monkey named George. They both were fishing in the lake until they saw an old man who needed help carrying heavy boxes. Joshua helped carrying the boxes to his house. The man gave him 6 beans. Joshua and his companion went out to plant the beans. Once they were finished, it was time to go into their cottage to eat and sleep. While they were sleeping, the beans that they planted were glowing and growing very fast. The next morning, as they opened their eyes to glance outside the cottage window, they noticed that the rays of the morning sun were brighter than ever, and white clouds were so close that they could even touch it. When opening the door, they discovered that they were high up in the clouds. They were shocked, and even more shocked to discover that they were on top of a giant mushroom. They grabbed some tools, one of which was an old axe, to try and chop their way down the mushroom until they saw a mushroom castle in the distance. Curiously, they were still surprised by it all and walked toward it. Upon entering the castle, they saw a giant octopus with a mushroom helmet. "Who goes there?" Joshua nervously answered the giant octopus. Mr. Octopus, do you know a way down to this giant mushroom?" "Yes, there's a way down, but you must complete one task for me." "What kind of task?" Joshua thought himself. "You must find the mushroom wizard, and he shall be the one who helped you off this mushroom." Joshua and his monkey started their journey to find the wizard. They walked for hours and hours through many mushroom-shaped clouds before they came upon a mountain that has traces of the wizard magic. The mushroom was higher than the clouds, and sparkling like diamond. They climbed above the clouds to the highest peak of the mountain and found a cave. They decided to go in. It was too dark to see anything, so Joshua grabbed his flashlight to illuminate the dark cave. Then they started moving farther into the cave, each step seeming to make the cave darker and darker. Once they made it into the end of the cave, they found nothing, and then the ground started rattling and shaking. Joshua and his companion George started running out of the cave, while rocks were falling from above. They made it out of the cave safely. Joshua realized something and started walking back toward the castle. There they saw the octopus, and Joshua knew something was familiar about him, but he did not know what it was. At that moment, the castle started shaking, and the octopus started transforming into an old man with a mushroom hat, and Joshua uttered with confidence, "Wait a minute, you're an old man who needed help with those boxes?" The old man laughed. "Yes, indeed, it is me, the old man who asked for your help. For that, I will help you down to this giant mushroom." The mushroom started shrinking all the way down to the ground, and it started transforming into the original beans. "Thank you, dear wise old mushroom man." Joshua sang out with gratitude. George the monkey jumped up high, clapping his hands and screeching with joy. Joshua humbly spoke. "We are so grateful that you helped us return home. But why did you thank us with these beans that took us so far only to return us close to you, the giver?" "Because," the old man wise man replied, "sometimes we are forced into this situation where we need when we need to help others and ask others for help. And not everyone knows how to do either. But now both of you how to do both. I hope we meet again," the old man called out while Joshua and the monkey were waving goodbye. The moral of this story is not to be afraid and to give or ask for help. It is only a word and an action away from preserving the hope that makes the world go around.
Hi, my name is Tristan Trinidad. I am a 7th grader from Chiefis Kamakahele Middle School. I will be reading a fictional story that I wrote called Roboman the Surfer. Have you ever heard of a robot toy surfing? Well, that's my story. It all started when Tyler bought this toy with a robot-like appearance. He saw a commercial where it said this toy was awesome and could do a lot of things. Tyler had 3 friends, John, Tim, and Ricky. Once Tyler bought the toy, he brought it to his house and called his friends over. Tyler and his friends eagerly opened the box to see Roboman, the toy, and play with him. They were disappointed when they realized that the toy wasn't all that and that the toy wasn't that much fun. Tim asked if they just wanted to go outside and play volleyball instead. They all agreed and Tyler placed Roboman in front of the TV and they all went outside. Tyler forgot to turn off the TV and a surfing commercial was on. Suddenly, Roboman came to life and saw this commercial. Roboman said to himself, I want to do that, it seems fun. Roboman stood up and walked around. Tyler and his friends were coming back inside because they were tired and thirsty. Tim pushed his way inside the house and saw Roboman walking. Hello there, Roboman politely greeted Tim. Tim screamed and then passed out. The others heard him and they all came rushing to the house. They saw Tim, unconscious, on the floor with Roboman looking at them. They all screamed and tried to run away from Roboman. I mean no harm, he humbly spoke. I only want to do one thing that I saw in that portal box. They felt inclined to trust him, and Tyler asked Roboman, what do you want to do so bad that you saw on TV? Roboman didn't know what it was called, but he joyfully replied, it has something to do with water and riding or being on a wave on this board thing. Oh, you mean surfing? We love surfing, Tyler replied. Please teach me, Roboman desperately asked. Tim woke up and asked what happened. The group explained to him what was happening. Tim was still shocked and slightly confused, but he quickly became aware. Shocked and excited, he agreed to help with teaching Roboman to surf. They came upon some problems that made it hard for Roboman to learn. One of the problems was that on Roboman's box, it said not to let Roboman come in contact with any sort of liquid, or else his paint would melt. Another problem was that Roboman didn't know how to swim. The group was trying to figure out how to conquer these problems. John customized a waterproof suit so that Roboman could get into the water without actually getting wet. Tim offered swimming lessons at his house because he had a pool. Now all they needed was a surfboard. Ricky had that covered because his uncle owned a surf shop and they could get one for cheap and probably a custom size for Roboman. They then initiated Project Robos. Once all was done, Tyler decided which beach to take Roboman to surf, because some waves may be too big for him since Roboman was only 10 inches tall. Tyler found the perfect beach for Roboman with 2-foot waves. It was called Reefers, known for its reefs and shallow waters. A week later, John finally finished Roboman's special suit. He brought it to Roboman and it was a perfect fit for him. Since Roboman had his suit, he could now begin his swimming lessons with Tim. Tim brought Roboman to his house and Roboman put on his special suit and they headed to the pool. Tim got in the water first. Roboman was scared at first, but then he jumped in the water. The suit helped him stay afloat. All he needed was to work on his movement in the water. Tim showed Roboman how to move in the water. Roboman copied his movements and was moving pretty fast in the water, which made him a natural. In a week, Roboman was a pro swimmer. All he needed was his custom board. Ricky received the board and brought it to Roboman. Roboman saw his board for the first time and was amazed. He was finally ready to go surfing. Tyler asked his mom to bring him and his friends to Reefers. Roboman was hiding in Tyler's backpack with all he needed. They arrived at Reefers and Roboman was ready. Tyler showed Roboman how to paddle on his board. Roboman got the hang of it and he paddled out to where the waves were. Roboman was on his own now since Tyler and his friends couldn't surf in such shallow waters. Roboman saw an approaching wave. He was ready. He positioned his board the opposite way as the wave was coming. Roboman paddled his feet to catch it just how he practiced. He stood up and he rides the wave. Tyler and his friends were cheering Roboman on. But then suddenly, while Roboman was done catching a wave, an even bigger one was behind him. He got caught up in this giant wave. Tyler and his friends were worried. But then Roboman suddenly comes out of nowhere and rides that wave. Tyler and his friends were screaming for joy. Roboman didn't believe what just happened, but he sure was happy. Roboman continued surfing until sunset. It was time to go home. Roboman paddled back to shore. You really scared us with that big wave earlier. We thought you got hurt, but it was pretty epic when you wrote it. Tyler exclaimed. Thank you, I learned from the best, Roboman thankfully replied. You know, Roboman, the big wave you wrote, that's the average wave me, Rick, John, and Tim catch. Since you can ride waves as big as that, I think you're ready to come surfing with us. Roboman replied, it would be an honor. Tyler's mom picked everyone up. Roboman jumped into Tyler's backpack and they went home. They all had one big sleepover at Tyler's house. Before they all slept, Tyler suddenly thought, a lot can change with certain decisions. I made this decision to buy a robot toy, which I didn't even appreciate at first, and now we have a new surfing buddy. This was for sure one of the best decisions I've ever made. Tyler found that everybody was already sleeping, including the new member of the group. The end.
My name is Randall Young and I'm going to present to you a story called Jeff's Reading Problem. On a Saturday morning on the state of Colorado, Jeff woke up and Jeff's mom made breakfast for him. After eating breakfast, he went to soccer practice at a soccer field. Both teams were at the soccer game. Both teams were tired, and after the practice, Jeff's mom told him to study for the English test, but Jeff yelled, but I don't want to study. But Jeff's mom told him, if you don't read, you can't pass the test, and I don't have to scold you every time. Jeff nodded and read, but he didn't know what the words were or what they meant. But in a few minutes, he starts to learn new words, book after book after book. Tomorrow on a Monday, he was ready for the test. When the test began, he knew what to do and passed and finished the test in a flash. He was confident that he was confident as a tiger that he was going to pass. When the bell rang, he dashed out like a cheetah and went out to recess. At recess, he was playing futsal with his friends, and Jeff predicted his enemy's movements, and he won with his friends, and his friends celebrated him. And when it's lunchtime, he spent time with his friends. After school, he said bye to his teacher, and his teacher replied the same and said, make sure you study. Oh wait, you already scored 98 points. Good luck on your next English test. When he got home, his mother celebrated him, and Jeff smiled and joined his mother in the celebration. He learned to always listen to his mother, and reading is important for his career as like pilots, nurses, police officers, teachers, or other more careers that he met. The end.
Hello, my name is Richard Bryan, and today I'm going to read a story called The Book of Secrets. Once upon a time, there was a lady named Charlie. Charlie was getting ready for bed. Then she decided she wanted to read before she sleeps. Charlie went to the book section and had a hard time picking a book. While she was picking a book to read, she mumbled, "What should I read to finish my day?" Out of all the books she had, she was interested in an old creepy book that caught her eye. When she grabbed the book, there was so much dust on it, so she blew the dust off. She was interested in the book because of how old it was. She climbed on her bed and read the title of the mysterious book called The Book of Secrets. When she opened the book, she could feel the change of the atmosphere and the As she read the book, she then felt sleepy after a couple of lines. Her eyes got heavy, and before she knew it, she fell asleep. When she fell asleep, the book made noises, and after a few seconds, Charlie started moving as well, saying the words the book said, like she was possessed. Sleep and never wake up, said the evil book, repeating over and over again, like she was in a trance. Then the book was taking Charlie's soul until there was nothing left of her. Then Charlie's dad came up into the room. "What is going on here?" he said. She couldn't speak because the book put her in a trance until her soul was gone. Then Charlie's dad ran over to her and tried to wake her up, but it didn't work. "Charlie, wake up," he said. Then her dad saw how the book was there, and now he knew what was going on. Then, before the book absorbed Charlie's soul, her dad tried again to close the book, and the book started retaliating. The book casted a spell that makes people freeze in place. Then he chanted the words, and Charlie's dad froze in place. "It is all done. Your soul is almost gone." And then, just like lava, Charlie's dad bursted in rage. He ran up to the book and then tried to close the book again. In a flash, the book casted a spell, but the determined dad pushed his limits and tried one more time to stop the book. He leaped like a dog into the air for his last attempt. Then he snatched the book, closed it, and Dad thought it was over, but it wasn't. The book tried so hard to open itself. "This ain't gonna be over until we destroy it," the book said, Dad. Before he destroys the book, he went to free his daughter from the spell. Charlie then woke up. "What is going on?" she said. And the dad told her, "The book you have been reading was cursed, and they put a sleeping spell on you." Later, Charlie and her dad went to a deserted place called Zadia, then went to Zadia to bury it 10 feet into the ground, then lit a fire and threw it into the 10 feet hole. They watched as the book burned. Soon they then turned into ashes. They used shovels to bury the ashes of the book, then they left Zadia hoping it was all over. When they got home, everything got back to normal. And that's the end of my story. Bye.
All right, thank you very much. That's the end of our storytelling. Right now we're going to take like a 5-minute break. So you can set. All right, thank you everyone. We're going to continue with our program. And just as a reminder, if you have a cell phone, could you please put it on vibrate during the presentations? And also, please be courteous, no talking during the presentation. We have 2 more events to go, but before that, we have Dave Rodell is going to come up and share with you a song.
Hi everyone, I am Jesril Dave Riadil, also known as DJ Dave. My current favorite song is Breathe by Ollie Alexander, but if you rewind the clock a bit, back when I was 9, my favorite song was One Day by Matisharo. This song really means a lot to me. It's all about hope and peace, a world where people are kind and there's no fighting. It reminded me, even as a kid, that we should always believe in good and work together to make the world a happier place. And here's a fun memory. Back in the same year, there was a contest in the Philippines called Lanao Got Talent. And I joined the competition and I performed one day. And guess what? I won. And that's my story. That's my story from back in the day, my old favorite song and a memory that still makes me smile. And remember to listen to Karan.airtime.pro. This is DJ Dave signing off.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Masani Falal. I hope you are enjoying the events. And I am Karen Santos. We are both students from Chiefest Kamakahela Middle School. We'd like to introduce you to the next event in our program. And that is oratory. Oratory is the art of public speaking. The judges will be looking for thought, composition, and delivery from the participants. They will also be looking at the development of ideas as well as effective use of language. Thank you. Now let's welcome our first participant.
Hey guys, I'm going to be reading my journey to Hawaii. When I came to Hawaii when I was 3, then I faced many challenges, but then I soon overcame them. When I moved out of Hawaii from the Marshall Islands, I came to Hawaii because I didn't know how to speak English. I didn't have a clue about what language I had to speak in, and it was difficult to understand what people were saying. This place has many amazing new things I still don't know about, but there are some things that I miss from Marshall Islands. One of the things I missed were swimming in the 6 feet deep waters and going with my cousins and brothers. I also missed that we had no rules, so we could go anywhere without getting in trouble. Sometimes I would go outside, have fun, my cousins and my brothers. One time, my brother caught a big fish, and that memory made me interested in fishing. Also, another thing that I miss is that I used to go on boats in the Marshall Islands and go fishing with my dad. I miss those memories where I caught a fish without having a fishing license. This is important to me because these memories can never be forgotten, and that I can't go back to how things were back then. And this is my journey to Hawaii. Thank you.
Nipagabigan kada kayo amin. I'm Sandar Kim Palale. As DJ Kimmy.
And I'm Camille Guerrero as DJ Mil.
And you are listening to Learning Ilocano for here at Kauai High Radio. Do you know what I've said before? It means good morning everyone in English.
Let's try that again, everyone. Repeat after me. Naimbag, abigat, kada kayo, amin.
And one more time. Repeat after me. Naimbag, abigat, kada kayo, amin.
Today, we're talking about our province. The name of our province is Pasukin and Santa. It is located in the northern Luzon. Pasukin's and Santa's finest delicacy are empanada and longganisa.
We can teach you any word in Ilocano. You can say, kasano kakasaan. Kasano kakasaan. In English, it means how are you.
One more time. How are you? Kasano? Kakasaan? Mo.
Very good, everyone. Yaman kami kipinagdangag you.
Thank you for listening to Learning Ilocano on Karat Kauai High Radio at karat.airtime.pro.
Good day, everybody. My name is Ashirlu G. Kukilia, as known as DJ Sally. When I say hep hep, you say hooray. Hep hep. Hep hep. When I say hooray, you say hep hep. Hooray. Hooray. Okay, let's start now. Today we're taking a little detour into the world of cycling. Sweet and surprising idol obsession with one of the most iconic and hilariously catchy songs from Yamamushi Pedal. That's right, we're talking about Love Hime! If you've seen Yamamushi Pedal, you'll know this song as the quirky theme that Onoda Sakamichi, aka the MC, just can't stop singing, whether he's climbing hills or just geeking out over his favorite anime. Love Hime is more than just a running joke. It's a real full-length idol song, complete with bubblegum pop energy and magical girl flair. It was composed by the incredible Hiroyuki Sawano, a name you might recognize from the epic anime scores like Attack on Titan and Kill la Kill. But unlike those, here he shows his versatility, crafting something totally adorable and infectious. So, whether you're pedaling up a steep hill or just dancing in your room, it's time to embrace your inner fanboy or fangirl. Here is Love Hime from Yamamushi Pedal. Let's ride! Don't forget to listen to Karat at karat.airtime.pro. Thank you.
Hello everyone, let's continue our program. My name is Ace Raimundo.
And I'm Kate. We're from Waimea High School.
Our final event for this morning is choral reading. What is choral reading, you may ask? Well, choral reading is speaking in unison.
Each school will have a group that will perform a choral reading piece, and their goal is for the voices to blend together and sound as one.
Judges will be listening for voices to blend together and the rhythm of the piece.
Thank you, and let's begin our event with Kauai High School.
We are students at Chief's Kamakahele Middle School. We will be performing the story Chicka Chicka Boom Boom by Bill Martin Jr. and John Archibald. A told B and B told C, I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree. We said D to E, F, G, I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, will there be enough room?
Here comes H up to the coconut tree, and I and J and tag along K, all on their way up the coconut tree.
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, will there be enough room? Look who's coming, it's L-I-N-E, U-R-S-N-T-U-B, still more, W-N-S-Y-T, the whole alphabet of the... Oh no! Chicka Chicka Boom Boom! Skid Scat Skiddle Doo, Flip Flop Flee! Everybody running to the coconut tree. Mamas and papas and uncles and aunts rub their little ears and dust their pants.
Help us up, cried ABC. Next from the piled up, Skinny D and Stubbed Toe E and Patched Up M. Then comes G, all out of breath.
H is tangled up with I, J in the air, watch and cry. L is knotted like the tie, M is looking and is stupid. O is twisted alley-oop. E is gas
Look who's coming, it's Black Eyed Pea, U-R-S and Mr. T. Then U-V-W, wiggle jiggle free. Last song, X-Y-Z, and the sun goes down on the coconut tree.
What? Look, there's a full moon. A is out of bed, and this is what he says. Chicka chicka boom boom! People equal. Some people shoot up tall. Some hardly leave the ground at all. Yet, people equal. One voice is a sweet mango. Another is a non-sugar tomato. Yet, people equal. Some people rush to the front.
Others hang back, feeling they can't. Yet, people equal. Hammer some people, you meet a wall. Blow hard on others, they fall. Yet, people equal. One voice will aim at a star. For another, a hilltop is too far. Yet, people equal. Some people get on with their show. Others never get on the go. Yet, people equal.
Hi, my name is Brown. We're from Kaua High School.
My name is Sheila and I'm from Kaua High School.
My name is Gerald from Kaua High School.
Although we're apart, you're more part of my heart. And tonight you belong to me. Way down by the tree. How sweet it will seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know, with the dawn that you will be gone. But tonight you belong to me. Way down along the tree. Very sweet, it will seem once more just to dream in the silver moonlight. My honey, I know, with the dawn that you be gone. But tonight you belong to me.
Hello everyone, we from Kaua Middle School. I'm Chico, I'm 8th grader, I'm from Taiwan.
Hi guys, my name is Jack Lawrence Francisco and I'm 8th grader. I'm from Philippines.
Hi, my name is Dave and I'm 8.
James Garcia, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I am Jaden Ilareta. I'm grade 7.
Hi, my name is Leila Anita.
Hi, my name is Esther and I'm from Kaua Middle School and I'm 8th grade.
Hi, my name is Kendra and I'm from Mexico and I'm 7th grade.
Hi, my name is Princess. I'm 8th grade.
Hi, my name is Christian and I am in 6th grade.
Be glad your nose is on your face by Jack Perlowski.
Imagine if your precious nose were sandwiched in between your toes. That clearly would not be a treat for you forced to separate.
Your nose will be a source of dread, running the heart atop your head. It soon will drive you to disappear, forever tickled by your hair.
Within your nose will be an absolute catastrophe. For when you were about to sneeze, your brain will run from the breeze.
Your nose instead of through thick and thin remains between your eyes and chin. Not mix it on some other place. Be glad your nose is on your face.
Aloha. We are from Waimea High School. Today we'll be reading a powerful poem called Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. It's about having strength, having hope, and never giving up no matter what challenges we face. We hope you enjoy it and feel inspired by the message. Thank you.
With your bitter, twisted lies, you may trod me in their dirt, but still like dust I'll rise.
Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you sad with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room.
Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still our eyes.
Did you
Hi, I'm Optilia Ilan.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. This is Kingpilong East School. Have you ever wondered what school would be like if recess didn't exist? That would be too frightening to think about.
We would like to share how we feel about recess. Maybe you feel the same way too.
Recess, oh recess, we love you, you rule. You keep us away from the teachers in school. Your sweet without refreshing, your side of the best. You gave us a break from a really hard test. Recess, oh recess, we want you to know. You're sweeter than syrup, you're special like snow. You don't assign homework, you make the day fun. Let's play kickball and run in the sun. Recess, oh recess, your first on our list. We'd be in despair if you didn't exist. We're happy to have you, you're awesome and cool. Recess, oh recess, we love you. You rule, yeah!
Thank you everybody. Does anybody know what Hana Ho means? Anybody? It means if anybody else wants to come up on stage and do another program, Hana Ho, we want you to do another one. So anyway, we want to thank you, everybody, all of the students. It was awesome. Oh, we have some more MCs to come up and share with you some of our things. So I'll let you guys know.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica. And I'm Henry Sombrano, and we're both students at Kaua High School. We've come to the end of our program today. We'd like to thank all the incredible participants who shared their voices today. They were truly awesome. Also, we'd like to recognize and give thanks to all the teachers and chaperones who helped to make this event successful. We'd also like to thank Hawai Performance Arts Center staff for hosting our speech festival in this wonderful auditorium. Let's give a round of applause to the Kauai Department of Education and Thank you also to KIUC for their generous donation to this event. And finally, we'd like to thank all of the parents and family members in the audience who helped to make this event so amazing. Thank you all, and thank you for coming.
Thank you again, everyone. It's truly been an amazing speech festival. And there's so many people to thank, and we just want to thank everybody for making this a special event. Thank you to the parents. Let's give another shout out to our parents. Thank you to all the students who came up on stage and were so courageous to step out of their comfort zone and to share their voices this morning. Let's give them all. And I'd also like to thank all of the teachers. Can I have the teachers all stand up? Stand up if you're a teacher here. We're going to give you a round of applause. Worked so hard in getting everyone prepared, and I know they were feeling a lot of stress today, so now you guys can just Relax a little bit. But thank you, that was awesome. And I do want to say thank you to KCC for this wonderful auditorium, and a special shout out to Greg. Thank you. The girls also mentioned KIUC, that's our utility cooperative. They are the ones who sponsored our lunches today, so we gotta say thank you to KIUC. And also I want to say thank you to all of the people at Hawai Complex area who helped out with this event. I will not mention all their names because they'll be embarrassed, but we couldn't do it without all of the help that we have to make this a wonderful event. So let's give them a round of applause. And also let's give a thanks to all the judges here in the front. They worked hard. We just want to say thank you guys for all that you do. All right. So at this time we've come to the close